why you need to learn how to meet any woman anywhere. Now, look, I know you're probably sitting there thinking, this is crazy. I don't need to learn how to meet any woman anywhere. I just need to learn how to meet one girl that's right for me. But look, I promise you, if you watch this video all the way through, by the end, you'll have a clear understanding of exactly why you actually do need to learn how to meet any woman anywhere. Most guys do not know how to meet any woman anywhere. And so they actually limit themselves to only really being able to meet women through friends of friends in their social circle and through work. And before we even get into the topic of meeting women through work, then you can already understand that that's kind of really limiting where they can actually meet women. And so let's look at the numbers of this, because the numbers don't lie. Now, I usually do this presentation live, and when I do it, I ask the audience and I say, look, how many women do you actually know in your social circle through friends of friends or through work? And usually they say on average anywhere between 5 to 100 women. So for the purpose of this today, let's take the average of that and say, maybe you just happen to know 50 women through your social circle. So let's put that up there. And then I say to them, look, of these 50 women, how many of them are in the age range you'd actually date? And then they say, I don't know, maybe half of them or so. And so let's do that. So that leaves about 25 women. And I say, okay, so of these 25 women that are in your age range, how many of them are you actually physically attracted to? And they go, oh, I don't know, maybe half of them. So let's do that. So that takes us down to 12 and a half women, if that's even possible. So let's say, okay, so of these 12 and a half that are left, how many of them are actually still single? And they go, oh, okay, sometimes they say none, but let's just say maybe half of them might still be single. So, somewhere around 6 women are gonna be left that are actually single. And then I say, okay, so of those 6 that are left, how come it hasn't worked out with them already? Or how many of them have you already had to go with? How many of them can you actually even see yourself dating long term? And how many of them are maybe you're already in the friend zone with? And how many does that leave? And they say, I don't know, maybe none sometimes, or 1 or 2 or so, right? So let's be generous. Let's just say maybe it was 2 or 3, right? And look, if this is what you're limiting yourself to, only being able to meet women through friends of friends, social circle and work, realistically, guys, you probably only got about 2 or 3 women that you have in your pool to actually meet that could be a girl that's right for you. And I mean, when there's only that many, there's a very, very low chance that they're actually going to be a highly compatible partner for you. And so, at the Legends Academy, we teach our guys how to meet any girl anywhere. So, if she's walking down the street or at the supermarket or, in a bar or nightclub, obviously, or at the beach or wherever you see a girl, if she's by herself, if she's, with some friends or sitting down or standing or walking or running. And so that means they actually have a massive amount more opportunities there. And so I want to show you the numbers of how that looks when you learn how to meet any girl anywhere. So for the purpose of this demonstration today, let's just imagine you live in a city of, say, 1 million people. Now, you may live in a city that is, smaller than that, or you may even live in one that's bigger than that. But just for the purpose of this today, you can obviously adjust the numbers based on where you are. Now, obviously about half of those are going to be female. So we can say from that, we've got 500,000 women left. Now, we do the same thing again. So of those 500,000 women, how many of them are actually in the age range that you would actually date? And so, I mean, let's say maybe it's about 40%. So what does that leave us? 200,000 women, okay? So now we've got these 200,000 women and we say, okay, so of those, how many of them are you actually physically attracted to? And it's probably gonna be something similar. Let's say maybe 40% again, all right? And so what does that leave us? 80,000, okay? So we've got 80,000 women left, and then we say the same thing again. How many of them are actually still single, all right? It could be anywhere around half or maybe a bit more, okay? So let's just say maybe it leaves about, just over half. Let's say it leaves about 30,000 women left. Okay, so you've got these 30,000 women left that are still single, and then you say the same thing again. How many of them could you actually see yourself in a long-term relationship being highly compatible for you? Now look, even in this situation, if we said only 1 out of 6 women was compatible for you, that you actually really got along with and could actually go the distance with, that's still going to leave you 6,000 women here. Now, if you're watching this, I highly doubt that you've even met 6,000 women in your whole life. I personally have met over 10,000, but I mean, I do this professionally, right? So I want you just to understand, like if your options are 6,000 women in your city, this is just one city too, by the way. So, I don't know what you prefer, but I'd much rather take my chances over here personally than be stuck here, trying to make 2 or 3 girls work that aren't right for me. There's a much higher chance that if you can meet any woman anywhere that you're going to be able to actually find one highly compatible for you in here.